Hello, everyone. Good evening. Rose here. Today I'm reacting to Amberlynn Reid's newest vlog titled I'm Over 500 Pounds Again and Relationships as a Fat Goyle, Days 6 to 8 vlog. So she just posted this, and before I begin reacting to Amber, for anyone who's watching this react video who is not aware of me, maybe you're a new time viewer, I am someone that I'm not just a reactor here on YouTube. I'm someone that part of my history is I have dealt with binge eating. I was an emotional eater, carb addict, love the sugar, love the carbs, and when I got into my ED, I wasn't even aware that I had an ED until I had a wake up moment and I realized I had a problem. And then I had to answer the question, how do you fix an addiction to something that you cannot quit? Because food is one of those things you need for survival, right? It's not something you can go cold turkey without. So, how do you fix an addiction to something you have to keep consuming? That was the question that took me 6 years to answer. And I had my bumps in the road. I had those moments where I would fall off the horse, but then I would get right back on again. So, looking at Amber and her struggles with food, I'm looking at her from that perspective of someone that I've been there and I've done that. And so that's where I'm going to be coming from reacting to her. Like I'm just speaking from that perspective. So let me just go ahead and share the screen so you guys can see and hear what I see and hear. And I'm going to give my thoughts to her blog, uh, especially the part where she talks about the binges and intuitive eating. I've got some thoughts on that, but let's just watch her vlog together and I'll give my thoughts as we go. Let's do this.
Against terms of service or anything.
Oh, I'm sorry. Let's back it up.
Actually doing my makeup right now. So I woke up today and my TikTok was banned. I was so confused because I don't try to ever do anything against terms of service or anything malicious. And it's weird, TikTok doesn't tell you why you get banned. Or at least they didn't tell me. But I'm assuming it's because of my TikTok depicting my troubles with food. I made a mistake. I definitely agree that I messed up.
Okay, so you know what, Amber? I don't know if you'll ever hear my react or if you'll ever see it. I know that you tend to throw strikes at people you don't like, but I'd like to let you and everyone else know I am not a mean person. I'm just honest. And there's a difference between being mean and honest. And I saw your TikTok, the one where you set up a camera and you were sitting there fake crying and eating cookies. I can understand why TikTok bans you for that. I can understand it. And you know what? I wish that YouTube would be more on top of people glorifying and monetizing EDs because those are things that should not be monetized for profit. They are deadly, they are lethal, they are life threatening. They're horrible. To have an ED is horrible. Horrible. And you made a TikTok mocking everything, mocking EDs. You were supposed to be like having a breakdown with a binge, but yet you set up a camera. You made sure the camera was in full view of what you were doing. Come on now. You knew exactly what you were doing. You're making a TikTok for attention, hoping it would make you money or something. I'm not sure what your motivations were, but you know how to get attention for yourself. And you know how to make money on YouTube. That's pretty clear. But you were putting on this fake scene of having a breakdown binge moment, but let's make sure to have the camera set up beforehand. Amber, a lot of people, when they do binges, they do them in private because they feel ashamed, because they feel embarrassed, because they're having that weak moment and they don't want anyone to know. But you made sure to have your camera set up where everybody could see. And then after you had your breakdown moment, you filmed it and you put it on TikTok. So you didn't just have a breakdown moment, you filmed yours and then made sure to upload it to TikTok. So, I mean, come on now. That wasn't a true breakdown moment, that was staged. So I support what TikTok did, and I wish that YouTube would be just as on top of things that way as TikTok is. Because making fun or staging an ED moment, not cool. Not cool. And again, I say that as someone that I've struggled with binge eating. I've been in recovery for a while because I give food the respect that it deserves. I don't look at it for comfort. I don't look at it for love. I don't look at it as a friend. I don't put emotional anchors on it. Doing all that stuff with food is where you get messed up. And I don't know if you got triggers, if you're an emotional eater. I don't know what your blueprint is over there as far as what's going on inside of you, but that's how I got in recovery. And then I saw that TikTok, and you're sitting there with the camera on pretending to cry and having a moment. You know that wasn't a real moment, because if it were, the camera would not have been on, you wouldn't have filmed it, and you sure as hell wouldn't have uploaded it to TikTok. Okay?
I just didn't know that it was against terms of service like what I did. Then so many other people, create that type of content and they're not banned. So I just think it was a fluctuation of a lot of people reporting me, which is fine. TikTok did get a hold of all reports, and clearly they did their job. But I contacted TikTok and just let them know.
And can I just say this to you, Amber, or anybody else out there? When you do things like that, when you do TikToks or YouTube videos where you're basically having a binge moment, or in your case, Amber, you're staging a binge moment, do you even understand things like that affect other people? That there might be people on TikTok or even on YouTube that if they see somebody having a binge moment, that might trigger them. If there's somebody trying to get in recovery for binge eating, or they're in recovery, that might trigger them to relapse a little bit, you know? To see something like that and be reminded of something they went through, that might trigger them. So if you were doing that for views and all you're thinking about is the coin, understand that affects other people. People are sometimes affected by what they see. So if you're going through your ED and you're having struggles with it and you know how hard it is, why not be respectful of other people and not show that stuff on camera and keep from triggering others who might be having their own ED struggles?
Like, it wasn't malicious. If I would have known it was against, terms of service, I wouldn't have done it, etc., because it's true. I wouldn't.
So basically what you're saying is if it were within the terms of service, you would have done it anyway. It's all about what's within or without terms of service. Oh, because it's against terms of service, I won't do it. How about not do it because it's wrong to do? Screw the money. How about don't do it because it's wrong to do, to sit there and make sport of binge eating? How about just for that reason, screw the terms of service, screw the format. Don't do it because it's wrong to do, Amber.
I'm not that gal, if you will. So thankfully I got my TikTok back, which I'm very happy about because TikTok is fun. I love just scrolling through. I like watching, there's like this whole community on TikTok that does like scratch offs, like, those like scratchers where you can like win money or whatever. So I've like been obsessively watching those, just like right before I go to bed. If I just need something like calming to watch or whatever, I'll put that on and enjoy myself. It's just relaxing. There's literally communities all over TikTok of every walk of life. It is crazy. Anything you want, you can find on there. It's so weird. That's why I love it, because it's so diverse and stuff. Anyways, I made a mistake on TikTok, and
That wasn't a mistake. A mistake is you're baking a cake and you forgot to add the eggs. A mistake is you put your shoes on and you leave the house and you forgot to tie your shoelaces. That's a mistake. But sitting down, putting your camera down, turning it on to record, recording yourself, and then uploading it to a site, that's not a mistake. There is intention there. There's clear intention and thinking about what you're doing and knowing why you're doing it. That's intention, Amber. That's not a mistake. And the only reason why you're regretful is because you got called out and you got caught and your account got taken away. That's why.
I'm able to admit that. I'm just glad a TikTok listened to me and they understood that I wasn't trying to do anything wrong. So I've been watching Chantel's vlogs with her husband, and I'm actually thoroughly enjoying them. Obviously, I'm behind on my videos, so hopefully we're still like doing good and stuff. I know this is unpopular opinion, but like I am so happy for her. I know there's a lot of haters out there who like to talk crap about Chantel, talk crap about Feline, and how they're like we're just being used and all this stuff. I have nothing. I literally have nothing to give Feline besides my fucking heart, my body, my love. Like I have nothing to give.
Well, I'm going to give my thoughts on the whole Foodie Sala situation. A lot of people are looking at Sala and saying, oh, he's scamming her. But I'm more in the mind of, I think it's a mutual agreement between both. I think there's a mutual agreement of like, I help you in this way, you help me in that way. I think there's a mutual agreement. Do I think that Sala is in love with Chantal? Absolutely not. His body language, his facial expressions, the things that he has said, he does not like Chantal. So whatever the agreement is, I'm of the mind that it's all financial. It's a money deal, money changing hands, like I said before. But if that's what he wants to do, and if that's what she wants to do, then they're going to do it. Like he's just a fresh face on her channel. I mean, Chantal had Natter on her channels to put everybody got sick of hearing about Natter, seeing Natter. So she had to bring in a fresh face, and that's why we got Sala. But Chantal, we know it's a fake, phony relationship. We're just waiting to see what it's all about and how long it's going to last and how long it's going to take for you to come up with some excuse of why it didn't work. Because that's her norm. Like she'll start something, people will start asking questions, and then all of a sudden, for some reason, she's got to break it off. So we're all wondering when that's going to happen. And a little something for you, Amber. Look, Chantal has been wearing the crown for a long time. True, you've got a bigger channel than Chantal. You've got a lot more people. But because of all of her drama and over the top antics, she's been getting the majority of the spotlight. As a reactor, can I offer up some advice about how you can get the crown back? First thing, stop throwing strikes at people when they react to you. That's just stupid. because you want your name all over YouTube. How do you think Chantal has so many people watching her? But because of the reaction channels, dummy. Leave the reaction channels alone. That's the first thing. Second thing, you have a huge channel. Absolutely huge. Do you remember the beginning of your channel? You got on YouTube because you said you were on a weight loss journey. I don't know what happened to take you off that journey, but if you really, really got on it and really screwed your head on right, you could get a whole new audience and at the same time get healthier, and maybe get a bunch of sponsors. I don't know, but if you could take the crown back by doing what you said you were going to do at the very beginning of your time on YouTube. So if you're looking for something to get attention, it's not by riding Chantal's coattails and popping up in her chat. It's not by coming online and talking about, oh, I had a slip up and I binged. It's about just being consistent with your content, giving the people something worth watching, and not throwing the strikes left and right at people who react to you. That helps too. So how about get on this health journey for real? Stop goofing around with it. Stop play acting at it. Stop talking it up and saying what you're going to do versus what you should do. I mean, you could do it. You're on YouTube. You're making good money. Anything you want, anything you need to get healthy. I'm sure all you got to do is order it or make some phone calls, and it's right there at your fingertips. You have the power to change your life and make it better. So why aren't you? Do you know how many people in this world would love to have the chances that you do, to have the money that you do, to make themselves physically better, take care of their mental health, to buy exercise equipment or healthy food or have a personal chef or whatever it is you need to be healthy? You have access to it. And you wonder why people don't like you? It's because A, your attitude, B, because you have the brass ring in your hand and it's right there and you're not taking it and running with it. You got open doors of opportunity in front of you and yet you're not walking through them. Why? Just like the whole thing with the binge eating. Been listening to your videos. I hear a whole lot of excuses and I don't hear a whole lot of determination to make it work, to stick to something that actually works.
Her at all. It's kind of disheartening that people think that bigger people can't be in relationships or be with someone who is, attractive. Like Feline is fucking fire. And Chantal's husband's pretty fucking cute. I'm not gonna lie. Like, he's so cute. And we don't see what happens behind closed doors. You guys don't see what happens with me and Feline. You guys don't see what happens with Chantal and her husband. Nothing. So it's like to assume that Chantal and her husband are like using each other is just like insulting.
You know what, Amber? I will agree with you. People of a bigger size can attract and keep partners. It's not about size, it's about who you are, the sum of your parts as a person. Like your personality, where you're going in life, your energy, all of that, it matters. People of a bigger size have just as much right to being loved and having partners as anybody else. Everybody deserves to be loved, no matter what their size is. But let me let you in on a little secret. Leaning close. No matter who that other person is, if they are pursuing a serious relationship, they are looking for a partner that's going to be around for a very, very long time. Like we all go through life looking for that person that we can grow old with, that'll be there on our last day. So if you're someone, regardless of size, okay, and if you're in really bad health, and if you're not taking care of your health, you're indulging in things that are making your health worse, do you think your partner is going to have confidence in you to look at you as that person they can grow old with? Do you think they can look at you and say, oh, this is the person I can definitely grow old with? We're going to grow old together. You say in this vlog you're 500 pounds, and you've been that way for a while. So you're endangering your health being as large as you are and not taking care of your health and binge eating. If you have a partner, I think that's great. If that person loves you, I really think that's great. But if you love that person, then you want to be there for them and with them till their last day. So wouldn't that be motivation enough to be healthy and get healthy? I think so.
Because it's not always about looks. And plus, I think Chantel's very pretty, you know? And some people aren't shallow, they just aren't. This also ties into TikTok. There is so many, like, whoa, what did I do there? There's so many different channels on TikToks, on TikTok where there is bigger females that are like my size, Chantel size. They're with like what is like the standards for attractive thin people. And people are just so shocked by it. And then that's when you start asking yourself, what's wrong with society? Why can't people like Chantel and I be in happy, healthy relationships just because someone loves us, truly, just because someone finds us attractive, truly?
Okay, I can answer that. It's not about body mass, Amber. It's not about body mass. It's not about pounds on your body. You said, why can't Chantal and I be in happy, healthy relationships? You just asked that question. Let me answer it for you. Because you're not healthy. You're not healthy in your mind, and you're not healthy in your body. That's why. Because you have an untreated ED, you've got issues with food, you're a binge eater. That's unhealthy, that's toxic, that's harmful to yourself. That's why. And you're just very selfish in your thinking. You've acted not nice in the past, you know that. There's a lot of things to be worked out, and those things have to be worked out if you want a happy, healthy relationship. You have to be healthy for you in every way before you can be with another person, be happy and healthy. Do you understand? You got to start with you first. And then if you're around another person, then everything has a better chance of success. But neither you nor Chantal is healthy. She's not healthy. You're not healthy. I'm not talking about pounds. I'm talking about the fact that you both have out of control eating problems. You've got issues with food. That needs to be all the way worked out, because as long as you let that horse ride you, it's going to ride you hard. It's like being on a roller coaster and you can't get off that sucker. You're just going up and down, up and down, up and down. I've been there. It sucks. It absolutely sucks. Absolutely sucks. You got to get control of that beast, or it'll always control you and make all kinds of secondary problems, like problems with perhaps your liver or your diabetes or something. I mean, that beast can wreak havoc inside of you. And the worst part is you can't see the damage. You might feel it once in a while, but you can't see it. so you can easily ignore that something's going on. Chantal cannot be in a happy, healthy relationship because she's not healthy physically, mentally, emotionally. Neither are you. You got to get all that straight before you can have a happy, healthy relationship.
I don't know. It's very strange. Just goes back to fat shaming. Okay, so I'm done with my makeup and I just filmed a TikTok since I am back on there. I do want to start venturing out, doing a little bit here, doing a little bit there, like TikTok. Might go back on Cameo. We'll see. But I decided to put a little star and a dot here to like match my energy from my shirt. I don't know. I think it looks cute, okay? Don't eat me. I'm hungry. I actually have not ate today because I did, which I mentioned in my my last video. So this isn't a new binge. I already mentioned that I did this. I binged last night and it just makes me not want to eat for the day. So after a binge, the next day I usually go like half of the day without eating. And then once I
That's a really bad idea. You binge last night and then you're you're kind of going to punish your body. You're punishing yourself internally by not eating. Oh, I overdid it last night, so I'm going to punish my body by going several hours without food. You shouldn't be doing that. You're messing with your what's going on inside of you by doing that. It's really bad to sit there and overeat and then go several hours without food. You're messing with your body on the inside. You're giving it the impression that there's not enough food on the outside of you, so whatever calories you dump in, they got to hold on to it because it might be several more hours again before they get fed. And your body has to keep you alive. Do you understand? I mean, I understand fully, truly, how much it sucks to binge. The guilt that you feel, the anger, your self-loathing. You're like, God, I'm just so stupid, and why did I do that? And you get angry at yourself. You beat yourself up. You really do. You get so mad at yourself, and you get sad and depressed, and you're like, "Well, this is hopeless, and I have no willpower." Yeah, I get it. Been there, did that. Got the membership. But starving yourself the next day? No, 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 no. No. If you have a moment where you fall off the horse and you binge eat, you say to yourself, yeah, that sucked. But then you get back on the horse as quickly as possible. You don't waste your time with beating yourself up. You go, God, I had a weak moment. Okay, so let's get back on the horse right now. Let's keep riding. You get right back on track as quickly as you can. You don't get mired down in guilt and sorrow because that's not helping nothing. You get back on the horse and keep riding.
I finally do eat, Binge City happens. So I don't know. That's something also I'm trying to talk to my psychologist about. It's just a lot, like, because I'm unpacking.
Okay, so as someone that I've dealt with this, I'm going to offer up some advice to you or anyone who might be watching this that you've dealt with binge eating. And you're like, what can I do to kind of get that under control? I'm going to share some of the things that I learned how to do. One of the things that I did was take all of the big bowls, plates, glasses, cups out of my house. Because if you put liquid, with the exception of water, in a huge glass or you put stuff in a huge bowl or on a huge plate, your portions are going to be out of control. You're eating far more than you need. So if you're someone you're looking to control your portions or relearn how to do correct portions, you use the smaller plates, smaller bowls, smaller glasses. That will help control your portions. So whatever's in that glass you're drinking, if you drink what's in that glass and you drink it all, you have that moment to pause and go, do I really need any more? And if the answer is no, then you don't need it. And if you do, you can put whatever you need in there, but that will kind of help you relearn your portions. Like you're kind of teaching your brain again about what is enough. You're showing your mind and your body, okay, I don't have to have a mound of food. I can just have a little bit and it's perfectly fine. I'm happy. I'm satisfied. Another thing you can do, Amber, or anyone watching, there are special plates out there for anyone looking to control their portions that have the different sections that you fill up that section with different things and basically that's supposed to be your portions. I mean, there's all different kinds of tools and stuff out there to help you if you're looking. Another thing that helped me, and one of the problems of being a binge eater is like hello, I was a carb addict. Yes, we're talking bread. Yes, sugar. Mashed potatoes, loved them. Carbs, love carbs all day. One of the biggest struggles with binge eating is your body gets into a routine of you eating certain things. And then if you try to take those things away, internally, your mind and your body's going to fight you. You're going to want those things more just because you're trying to deny yourself. So I played a little challenging game with myself. I call it the switch out game, where something that I like that maybe not be the healthiest, try to find something that is very similar that's a little bit healthier or a lot healthier. I didn't look at it as a bad game. It was kind of like an adventure, a challenge. Like, okay, so I like this. What can I find to replace it with that tastes really good, that's very similar in taste and texture? Example, like instead of full fat milk, how about 2% milk? Regular yogurt, low fat yogurt. Regular brownies, how about vegan brownies? I mean, you look at it as something fun and just start switching things out slowly, letting your body get used to it, trying to find things that you actually enjoy eating versus, oh, it's healthy, I gotta eat it. That's what you should be doing, Amber. Controlling your portions, playing the switch out game. And here's another key element: if food is all in life that gives you pleasure and makes you happy, you have to find something or a bunch of things in life that give you as much joy and happiness as food. I remember you said you like to dance. You really like to dance. So there's tons of videos on YouTube, different dance styles. Start dancing. You don't have to come on camera and do it. Just start dancing. Whenever you get the urge to binge, just start dancing or find other activities that have nothing to do with food. You've got to find something or a bunch of things that give you as much pleasure as food if you want to shove food out of the way. You got to replace one thing with another thing. Replace the unhealthy thing with something healthy, something creative. That's what you have to do. You can't just keep running to food as a source of pleasure and happiness. You've got to replace it with something. That might be a big task for you, but trust me. Trust me on this one. The moment you do that, the moment you find other things that give you pleasure and happiness, the freedom that you have afterwards is wonderful.
So much in therapy. It's like it's hard to unpack everything and heal from everything as fast as people expect because I get comments, isn't she going to therapy? Like, it's clearly not working. It's a lot to unpack. There's a lot going on. It does not happen overnight, it does not happen in a couple months. 31 years of damage is hard to repair.
You know what, Amber? I support you going to therapy. If you are going to therapy, I think that's great. That's something that Chantal should be doing. So if you're really doing it and you're not bullshitting, bravo. You got to give therapy to the mind in order for the mind and the body to heal together.
So for my weigh-in, 502.4. So that means I'm very, very sad to say I am back in the 500s. because I binged pretty freaking bad last night.
Okay, stop right there. Amber, who are you trying to kid? So you're saying one binge led to you gaining a bunch of weight? I'm sorry, that's not what happened. You gained a bunch of weight because you did quite a few binges, ma'am. Let's just tell all the way the truth about it. Let's just go all the way, just be truthful with it. It takes more than one meal to gain a bunch of weight. It takes more than one binge to do that.
Hey guys, so my makeup did look good. I did look kind of cute. I'm just kidding. My makeup looked cute. Anyways, but I ended up falling asleep, and it's a few hours later, and I woke up in a jolt, and I was like, oh my god, I didn't film anything. I didn't do my weigh in, so I wanted to do that real quick. I did weigh myself, I just didn't film it or talk about it or anything. So I stayed.
And I would like to say bravo to you, Amber, for doing a weigh-in and showing us the number because that's something Chantal won't even do. She's over there playing around with the scale and giving us these phony numbers. So big ups to you on that.
Stayed the exact same. So here you can see I wrote it on new paper because
Okay, so let me just freeze this real quick. Let me just take a look at it. So we got November 3rd and 4th. So she was 495 pounds on the 4th. She did the intuitive eating, the 5th intuitive eating, and then the next 3 days she binged. And then November the 9th, she overate, which was pretty much a binge. So you got 2 days where you did intuitive eating, and the rest were binge days. So unfortunately, there's more negative days than positive days. And I want to talk about intuitive eating for a minute. You know, that's something that Chantal's brought up. Oh, she's doing the intuitive eating. How in the world can you do intuitive eating if you don't know intuitively what's good for you or what's bad for you? If you have unhealthy eating habits, if you are a binge eater, there's no way. Like even in the book, they say like if you, as I understand it, from what I've heard, with the intuitive eating, if you're someone and you have an ED, and this makes sense to me, you don't start doing this intuitive eating crap until you're basically on the other side of the problem. Like you're in recovery or close to being in full recovery. Until then, it's too soon. Like if you've still got those thoughts of food, you've still got those urges and impulses, and you're giving into them, you can't do intuitive eating. Chantal and Amber, you guys just floated over to the intuitive eating stuff just because when you saw that, you're like, oh, that means I can eat whatever I want, whatever I feel in the mood for. No, no, it isn't. No, you're looking for an excuse to continue being unhealthy. You're looking for little shortcuts and corners to go around. You're still very much a binge eater, Amber. I'm glad that you're going to therapy. I'm glad you're talking to somebody, but you keep giving yourself an out to do the binges. You still got that back door that you keep going through whenever you want to binge. You keep giving yourself an escape. You keep giving yourself an out with food. You can't do that. Instead of creating a door in front of you as a different path to go when you start having those thoughts, you keep going to the door behind you. Like, oh, like this whole thing is too hard. Let me go in the back door and go binge. Because look at all these binge days. And then you overate. Girl, that's a binge. What are you talking about? You binged. Come on now.
your girl messed up on yesterday's. You can go back and look. There's a little scribble, and I don't like that. I don't know. It's just like a perfectionist problem. So I decided on each day I'm gonna write like if I was on track, binge, whatever. I was just gonna track if I was binging.
See, this is really alarming to me. So she was writing down her weight. So 496 and then 495. So I don't know. I'm not good with numbers. Then we got 495.6. So she did the intuitive eating for 2 days. The weight kind of stayed the same. And then November the 6th, she had her binge. And look at this. From 495 to 497, it's like almost a 2 pound weight gain. And then from 497 to 502. That's wow. That's like 5 pounds. So you started at 496, Amber, and you went from 496 to you gained 6 pounds. You gained 6 pounds. And that can't be just from one binge. That has to be from several. Please take care of yourself over there, because that's alarming to gain 6 pounds that quickly.
But here you can see last night I just overate, so thankfully I did not binge. But we're gonna see how my weigh-in goes tomorrow.
You know, I'm sorry. No. I'm not letting you get away with that. No. Saying that you overate, that's a nicer way of saying that you binged. You know, saying that you binge is more severe. You saying that you overate, that's like Chantal calling her misbehaving beezing. She gave it a cute word to make it sound not so bad. So you binged. Just say you binged. Don't say you overate. You binged. Straight up, you binged.
Because I can already tell you I binged earlier before I fell asleep. I'm struggling so bad, but I will talk a little bit about it after I go back to sleep and then wake up for a whole new day. So I'll talk to you guys about it then. Hello, welcome to a new day. So I've been loving like TikTok transitions. How I look prior to getting ready versus how I look after is pretty great. So bam. It looks okay. The eyeshadow is more yellow than I wanted it to be. I don't know. I'm just having a fun time doing my makeup. It doesn't have to come out good. I'm just enjoying it. I've never liked doing makeup ever. Like I have talked about that in my videos before, that I just do it to do it. I actually don't enjoy it at all. But now I love doing it. It's like calming and fun. I think it's just because I'm getting a little bit more like creative in what I'm doing. And I have my hair in these little tiny pigtails. I don't know. I feel a lot better than I did last time I vlogged. So I just feel new and improved, energized, refreshed, ready to just get back on track. Look at this baby.
Aw, that's a kitty. That's a pretty kitty. What is that, a Russian blue? Beautiful cat.
She's such an angel. She's like, Mama, you're on my house. You're on my house. Well, I'm sorry. I just realized I did not weigh myself, which is okay because I have not ate yet. So I still have time to weigh myself, but I have to take off everything. I weigh myself naked. Like I take off my bra. If I have jewelry on, I take it off.
Hey, I confess I do that too. Because, hey, listen, if you're all about, I want to know what my true weight is, you take all the clothes off, because clothes do add a weight. You're like, I really want to know what I weigh. I don't want extra pounds on me. We all do that.
I literally take off everything. So I have to do that before I eat. I gotta remember to do that before I eat. Remember, Amberlynn. What are you doing?
What's a pretty kitty?
What you doing? Hi, baby girl. Are you jealous?
Aww.
Are you jealous? Oh my gosh, jealous. Your sister's jealous of you. Yeah. I just realized there is a 3 under the cat tree. I've never noticed till now. To go to reach the goal by February 11th. This just seems like a joke to me at this point. This is what binging does to somebody. Right here.
Yeah, and that's why you should stop. Listen, this is what helped me, Amber. I don't know if it'll ever help you, but this is what helped me. You gotta sit down with yourself and really just think back to the moment when you realized you had a problem with food. Like, go all the way back, as far back as you need to in your mind and your memories, and ask yourself, what happened? Did something trigger you? Was there some trauma? Like, what got the ball rolling that way? And then sit down with yourself. You got a ton of journals and such. Just sit down and try to identify all your triggers. Do you have rituals around food with different things you do in your day? Like, when you sit down to watch a movie or something, is there food involved? Is there always food involved? When you get upset, when you're sad, when you're angry, do you always reach for food or thinking about certain things? Is that a trigger? Know what your triggers are. Know what they are, list them down so you can kind of basically be on the watch for those triggers. Like, if you feel yourself getting worked up and you start to feel that urge to binge, you're like, no, 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 I'm cutting it off. I'm cutting it off. I know where this is going. I've been here before. We're not doing this. No, no, we're going to find some other way to deal with this negative emotion. No, 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 no. You got to rewire everything. If you've got certain wires inside of your brain that are connecting food to sadness or food to anger or food to upset or food to love, you got to pull them wires out. You got to rewire the whole damn thing.
And I put that I binged last night, just so you guys can see how much I gain when I binge, how much I gain when I overeat, whatever it may be.
Wait a second, Amber, did you pay attention to the number? Hold on a minute. Let me blow this up. So you are at 502.4. All right, let's go over here. Like, at the start of your binges. So you binged the 6th, the 7th, the 8th, the 9th, and the 10th. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 days in a row. And you started out, where the heck is my pen? I'm going to write this down because I'm just curious. This is not about shaming Amber. This is just me getting the numbers right. So you started off at 496.2. Okay. No, let me just write that down. 497.4, right? That's when you started your binging, on the 6th. And then you ended it on the 10th, and you were at 505. So let's see, 497. Amber, that's 8 pounds. In 5 days, you gained 8 pounds. Let me just share some information for you. It takes 3,500 calories to make 1 pound of fat. So, girlfriend, if you gained 8 pounds in 5 days, that means you're eating over 3,500 calories every day. That's just not like a simple snack or something and you just said, oops. No, you're eating much more in the way of calories than you need. And maybe it's also because you're not getting a lot of activity. You're not burning off whatever calories you're taking in. Because you should base the amount of calories you eat on your activity level. If you're, like, say, sitting at a desk all day, you're not going to need as many calories as somebody who's very, very active, like, say, a surfer or a tennis player or, somebody like that they're burning calories all day. But you gained 8 pounds in 5 days. It's very easy to gain weight. You got to do something about this binge eating, Amber. You can't do this. I'm glad you're going to therapy. That's good. It's very good. But stop giving yourself reasons to binge. Don't make excuses. Don't go, oh, well, I'm just having a weak moment. You've been having a lot of weak moments. I mean, like 6 in a row. Come on. Are you really trying? Are you really trying to lose weight? Because I don't know. I'm just getting a sense that you're not really trying. You're just acting like you're trying for the sake of YouTube. I don't. That's just the attitude I'm getting.
I gain when I overeat, whatever it may be.
No. You gain when you overeat. You gain when you binge. You know, it's excessive calories intake. That's where you gain the weight. That's how weight gain works.
I'm clearly struggling with my binge eating. That is very apparent, but I am going to be counting calories today. I already ate. I had an Amy's TV dinner, which was risotto. And that was like,
oh, by the way, can I just throw this in there, Amber? Some people who binge eat, they sometimes try to play with the calorie math, and they're like, oh, if I just eat a piece of fruit in the morning or something, if I eat very few calories, that means I can go crazy at night because I didn't eat that many calories this morning. No, you can't. You've got to give yourself good carbs, good calories. Get your body used to good, healthy food at regular intervals. You cannot sit there and try to do the calorie math and, oh, I'm eating an apple at 9 a.m., so therefore I can eat a pint of ice cream at 10 p.m. No, 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 no. Temptations are temptations. No matter what time of the day or night you eat them, and try to, go without food during the day so you can binge at night. No, don't do that. Not good for you.
I don't know, I have it logged in my Lose It, which is the app that I'm using to count calories. It was below 300. It was like 240 or 270, one of those two. So that's all I've had today. I want to stay around 1,600 calories.
A little tip that I'm going to throw in here for you, Amber: protein. Protein's good for you. And protein can come in whatever forms. It can be, like almonds, it could be within meat, but protein's good for you. It makes you feel full longer. Okay. So, like, bone up on your protein, like meat or fish or beans or just things like that. Nuts, healthy nuts. Uh, Protein's good. It makes you feel full longer. Okay. And here's another thing I didn't know and I found out. Sometimes when you're feeling hungry, you're not really hungry, you're actually dehydrated. Did you ever know that? I didn't know that till recently. But try to drink some water. You might not be hungry, you're just maybe needing to be hydrated.
Get the booty away. I know my vlogs lately have been very like weight loss related, binge related. There's gonna be more to them. It's just the last few days wouldn't have been days that I would have vlogged. But since I'm doing the weighing in for 100 days, I had to vlog because that is what I told you guys I was gonna do.
You know what would really kick it up a notch, Amber? Instead of doing the weigh in for 100 days, how about weighing in and exercising for 100 days? This is not me fat shaming you. This is just me giving you an idea for content. You can do it or not. But get yourself like a treadmill and then set up the camera and show yourself walking on the treadmill. It doesn't have to be for an hour or 2 hours. Just get on the treadmill and start building up your stamina. The treadmill could be in your house so nobody else is around. You could be in the privacy of your home and film that. You actually getting on a treadmill and walking and getting your body used to moving around. So that could be content for YouTube. It'd be good for your body to just get up and move around and do things. Maybe you could find some dance videos on YouTube and do something physical. That would make people happy to see that you actually are doing something and caring about your health, other than just talking about binges and talking about therapy and, oh, I binged last night. Show that you actually care about your health and showing that you're actually doing something about it. And here's another sidebar bonus. You're going to get a whole bunch of people that would support you. Okay. And you're going to get that crown back.
I told myself I was going to do, so it was a had to situation type deal, but I wouldn't have vlogged otherwise. So that's why it's been so heavy on this type of content. I'm actually gonna go grocery shopping, so we can do a little haul moment if you guys want that. Do you want a haul? This is my four-legged best friend. One of them's love some white rice. Minute just cooks faster, so that's the one that I prefer to get. Got this Amy's bowl. It's Mexican casserole, which is one of my favorites. Some turkey sausage patties. I don't know what it was, but I was craving.
Okay, as a binge eater, I'm happy to see all this stuff that she got in the haul. This looks pretty good, but I'm waiting for the temptation items. You know, the no items, the ones that she eats late at night when nobody's looking, when she's got those sugar urges. Where are those, Amber? You know you got them. Where are they at?
A fish stick, okay? So don't judge. This is the newest Amy's that I've tried. It's the Asian dumpling. You guys, this is honestly so good. I recommend any Amy's bowl, actually. I got an Amy's pesto bowl, some apples, which I was also craving, raspberries, which I actually put in the freezer. The best way to have them, 10 out of 10 recommend. Got some mandarins. Love a cold mandarin. I put all my fruit, besides obviously bananas, in the fridge. Got tons of broccoli, some chicken tenderloins, some ground turkey.
You know, I'm really happy to see all this healthy food. I am so happy to see that you're getting this healthy food, Amber. But let's be real. When you're getting your snack cravings at night, none of this stuff is the stuff you're craving. Remember, I'm a former binge eater too. You're going to go for that stuff that's quick, that's easy, that's sweet. So where's that at? It's in there somewhere. I know it is. What did you buy for your cravings?
Turkey. Okay, so I'm not like low carb obviously anymore, or keto or anything of that sort, but right before I quit keto, when I started craving sweets, I tried this. It's so good. It's the caramel chocolate nut roll bar. Delish. Got some eggs and then just some ramen. So that is the grocery haul. Grocery haul. I still haven't changed the time. That should say 2:35. Hello. So it is the end of the night, and I wanted to show you guys, if you guys remember, I showed you guys.
And you know, I want to address something with those protein bars. When you buy protein bars, yes, they're good for quick energy, but you got to be careful with some of the protein bars, because some of the protein bars that are out there, they contain as much sugar and as many calories as a candy bar. You know, it's basically a candy bar. They have as many calories and as much sugar as a candy bar. So if you buy protein bars, check the ingredients, check the calories, you will be shocked. Some of them are pretty bad. And this is just a sidebar note. As a former binge eater, I think, this is just my opinion now, that if you're someone and you're a binge eater and you gravitate towards carbs and sugar, things like protein bars are a bad idea. Let me tell you why. Because they are too close in texture and taste and sweetness to a temptation food like a candy bar. Seriously. Like, former binge eater here, like I said, I'm at the point now in my recovery where I don't even buy candles that smell really sweet, like vanilla. Anything that smells like a dessert, I can't burn it. I don't want to burn it because it's going to make me hungry. So I avoid things like that. But protein bars that they look like a candy bar, they kind of taste like a candy bar, you know, there's not much separation between the protein bar and a candy bar. That's why they're dangerous.
The beginning of my doodle poster, and I have finished it. So I just wanted to give you guys a little look at that. And then I did my typical thing that I like to do. It's also another version of a doodle poster, different. Let's not judge one another. Like, there are people selling art of literally just a dot for $1 million. Like, ma'am, you know, speaking of art, I love art. Okay, I'm not knocking it or anything.
You know, Amber, since you like journals and you like to draw and you like to dance, if you're serious about getting away from the eating, when you start to get those urges, just immediately pick up something and start drawing. Seriously, just like divert your attention to something else. I have a male friend who he's been in AA for over 35 years. And one of the things that he does to maintain his sobriety successfully is the moment he wakes up, he's out of the house doing things. He's surfing, he's playing golf, he's doing everything. That way, he's not at home thinking about things and being tempted by things that he wants to stay away from. So, if you really want to stay away from food, if you want to kind of reverse this cycle of more binge days than good days, when you start to get that urge to binge, just pick up a pad and just start drawing, doodling, whatever you want to call it. Go watch a movie. Get your mind off of food. Don't fixate on it to the point where you give into the temptation. Put on a YouTube video and do some dancing. Write something in your journal. You've got a bazillion journals. Write stuff down in your journals. If you're feeling a negative emotion or a feeling, get it out of you because it wants to come out. But don't go to the food for comfort or just because it's there, because you're bored, because you're upset. Trust me, you don't want to do that.
But it is one of those things where people literally just get to draw whatever they want. They can take however, it could be a 5-minute drawing, especially if you're like a famous artist, and you can make that $100,000. It's literally just a circle and it's $100,000. Like, it is, art is just the weirdest concept when it comes to stuff like that. But then you can go into Target or Home Goods and see the most beautiful freaking piece of art and it's only like 40. I don't know. I don't know much about art, especially like really expensive art, so don't knock me. I don't know if they're using gold in the paint, gold in the pen, diamonds do not come for me. But art is just very, very interesting. And yeah, but
Well, it sounds like you have a passion for art. So why not study up on art? I'm not saying you're a Picasso or anything, but if you like art, just go with that. Like run after it and pursue it and see what comes of it. Why not? Anything's better than and just being fixated on food. I mean, hey, anything artistic, creative, it's calorie free. And if you are creative and you create something, you get that happy feeling of creating something and saying to yourself, I made that. And I'm sharing it with people and they're enjoying it. Like this React video, the little intro I put together, I had an idea in my head and I ran with it and I just sat there creating. And then when it was finished, I'm like, I love this. This is exactly what I wanted. You get a sense of inner satisfaction of being creative. Give it a try, Amber. You'd love it.
that's my version of art, folks. I have so much fun doing that though. Like, truly, truly.
Okay, so that's her vlog. Oh, we're at an hour. Great. So I hope you guys have enjoyed watching this React video. If you have, please like and subscribe and leave a comment. Thank you so much for watching and please have a good day. Bye-bye.